apparently when I was a small child, I was dropped and I hit my head, on the back of my head, and they can't tell me whether I was actually, because my epilepsy was actually a side effect of a brain tumour. So, and this brain, they can't tell whether the brain tumour I was born with it or whether it developed after this knock on my head. It started with a taste in the mouth, and then it developed from there and got worse and worse until I used to run down the road screaming, apparently. And then they put me on some harsh medication and brought that. And when I was 11, first of all, they diagnosed me with migraine, which is... but then it was a long time ago. And then from there, they told me I had a cyst, which then became a tumour. And that was diagnosed when I was about 15. I was brought up that my epilepsy, it was something that you dealt with, and I did deal with it. And to be honest, it is something you just live with. It becomes the norm. It's nothing major, really, for somebody who's suffering with it. I mean, if you develop it later on in life, then yes, you've known your life before epilepsy and you've got it afterwards. But from a child's point of view, from getting it early on when you're a child, you learn to live with it. So it is the norm. You suffer from it. That's it. The only downside, I would say, was that you couldn't go swimming or things with your friends because they weren't responsible to look after you. You know, you'd have to have that adult, which you do nowadays anyway, but that was the only downside of it, really. And the fact that when I was 17 I couldn't learn to drive, with all my friends were learning to drive, so that was a bit of an inconvenience, really.